What's great about opera is it has a way of making our lives larger than they are. It just kind of turns up the volume and amplifies what we feel and go through every day. We wanted to set this story in a relatable contemporary setting, and so we've set it in an apartment building. We're channeling this sort of creativity around this production through the eyes of Hansel and Gretel.
The visuals through the use of projection play a really important role in the storytelling, because in this version, Hansel and Gretel are going on this adventure all within the apartment complex where they live. So the visuals and the projections are our way of transforming that space, like through the power of their imaginations.
For this new production, we are using 6 projectors. Normally you'd have 1, maybe 2, but this is kind of special.
So we're able to see the woods come to life, we're able to see the star-filled night, we're able to see the morning with the sun dawning, all through the way that the projections are projected onto the surface and transform that apartment building, which is sort of the root of their community and the root of their family.
A great partner has become the Banff Centre for Arts and Creativity, and they do this stuff very well. And so we've been able to kind of use animation and green screen and filming to kind of create a world where we can zoom in on where we are. We can see sort of a flying witch that can zoom all over the stage. We can create shadows and dive into a forest and then quickly change into a new location within a heartbeat. And so that's kind of what we've been playing with and what's exciting about it. The opportunities are really endless. One of the aspects of this production which we're really excited about was how we approached the overture for this whole opera. We were able to use some technology that was made available through Google.
Depending on your knowledge of geography in Toronto and where you grew up, you might actually see the street that you lived on, the street where you grew up.
And then we kind of pan away kind of into the suburbs of Toronto, seeing this skyline which many of us know, which has been iconic for decades. And we land on an apartment building. This is where our characters live, this is where our community is, and this is where all the magic happens. We know everyone in the building, and so for that we've kind of transformed some of the characters in this opera into people who you may run into on a daily basis. And so we have a building superintendent, we have the kind of older man who keeps everything. He collects a lot of things, a lot of magazines and newspapers and books, which we may call a hoarder, but kids may just say it's the most cool apartment ever because it just has this unique sort of castle inside.
With a new production, there's always an element of exploration and discovery that happens in the rehearsal room. So even though the designs have been worked on now for a number of years to kind of bring it to the fore, there's elements of the staging, given that we're working within an apartment building complex and there's multiple levels to the set too and multiple rooms. So there's going to be all these multi-layers, which I think really reflects the life of a city in the sense that there's this really textured fabric in terms of the people who are your neighbors, the people who live down the hallway, who live down the road. So we're going to get a sense of the sort of dynamic of a community within a city.
At one point we were all kids ourselves, and that's something that we share. And so by reminding ourselves about the creativity and imagination of kids, I'm hoping that that may be able to spark some moments in some of the adults who are watching who maybe sort of are brought back to a time when they used to be as creative, maybe goofy, maybe bold and daring as the kids that are presented in this story as well.